Hello and welcome to another edition of the Alternative Sports Show. This is a special episode with RedBull Street Style. We have got this amazing gentleman that we're going to be speaking to now, whose list of achievements already just blows my mind. He's already the two-time street style world champion, three-time Super Bowl world champion, two-time European champion. I could go on and on and on and on. Like, he makes my achievements like literally just, I can't even do Connect Four compared to this guy. So without further ado, I introduce you to my new friend, Erlend Fagerli. How are you, sir?
I'm great. I'm pleased to be with you.
You are like, a star in the world of our alternative sports. Like, literally we've been doing a little, read up about your stuff, obviously looking at your amazing skills displays. But, to be honest with you, like, we're in awe of what you can do with the ball.
Thank you. It's, I'm happy to hear that.
so I mean, let's you're only still young. So, like, tell me, like, how you actually got into, street style or freestyle football.
I got into it in 2009. At that time, I was 11 years old. So I've always been playing football and other sports like table tennis, ski jumping, and other things. So the reason I got into freestyle was there was a wish for something new. And so it was both a wish for something new and then a discovery of freestyle on YouTube. And I quickly discovered that freestyle football must be the greatest and coolest sport ever.
So for those who don't know, kind of tell us about, like, what is RedBull Street Style? Explain that to people.
RedBull Street Style is the major event for freestyle football. It's a competition where the best freestylers in the world battle against each other in order to crown the best freestyler. So yeah, it's the biggest competition in freestyle.
So so you literally have been yourself and your brother, because we're getting to that. You guys got to compete against each other, which I find amazing as well. So we'll get to that definitely. How that is something that how that works in the household of the family. Who you have to root for, so forth. So so like with that, do you get like different points for connecting with the crowd, or like is there other points you can actually get except for just obviously tricks or so forth?
Yes, the main criteria in judging is difficulty and all around, and originality. You need to have your own moves, and also execution, like the way you do your moves, and also the control. So these are like the fundamentals which you have to master. And then, of course, you could involve like battle attitude or musicality in there, which can add some flavor. But the technicality is the most important.
Yeah, because whilst I was watching some of your videos, when I was trying to actually copy some of the stuff, and I ended up nearly breaking a lamp in my house. But you're quite a tall guy. I'm guessing, because obviously we haven't met personally yet, but I'm sure we will at some point. But you're quite a tall guy. So how tall are you?
I'm 192.
So you are, so like for someone your height, I feel you're extremely skillful. So how do you get around being so like tall and being able to do the things you do? Because normally, it's easier for a smaller person to do the stuff that you do find easy to do.
I think it's one of the biggest reasons for that. I think is because I started so early. So when I started, I was very small, and I quickly got a good fundamental level on all the different aspects in freestyle. And after some years, maybe like 5 years of training with low height, I started growing. And then I just, I kind of kept the control over my body the whole way. And now I'm 30, 40 centimeters taller, but has, I would say, even better control.
Yeah. So as we touched on just a little while ago, you know, you have to compete against your brother. What is that like?
Well, that's it's kind of strange, but also so beautiful, I think, because we both have the same goal, but in a competition there is always only one person who can win. So
it's an understanding. So he'll root for you and you'll root for him if you beat each other.
Yeah. So if we meet in a battle, it's then it's all about just beating the other guy. And but we at the same time we support each other up until we face each other. So we practice together and we prepare together. But when we if we meet in the battle, that's all left behind. And then it's just about crushing your brother.
I have an older brother, and I can sincerely say that we are still to this day very, very competitive against each other, especially when we're playing FIFA. So I and there's no one in the room, except for me and him. So I can't even think what it'd be like if there's a crowd around and people watching all around the world, and there's a title at stake. Like that must be like amazing.
Yeah, we have to get ourselves together. We can't argue in public.
So personally, what has your most rewarding moment been? Obviously, you've become a champion, but is there any other, is there a standout moment for you? Is it like the first championship or something like that?
Yeah, winning the first championship was, it was incredible. It's just something about working for so many years towards a goal and just focusing so much on that. And reaching that goal is, anybody could imagine how good that must feel. And it's hard to describe. It just feels incredible. But still, I'm always aware that, the happiness from winning a competition slowly fades away after like a week or two or something. So I remember when I won my first championship, I was so happy. But some weeks after, it's time to set new goals and keep working to be the best freestyler I could be, which is like my biggest goal, is to see how good I can become.
So you last year won, obviously, because obviously the pandemic was happening, life was happening. You had to do obviously, virtually, effectively. But so we're back with crowds again, safely. But are you excited by that, or what was it? What's the difference between obviously competing virtually and in competing with the crowd?
I think it maybe was easier to perform well technically in the virtual competition, because you can in a higher degree focus on your technical moves. But at the same time, you don't have the same vibe and don't have the same energy. So you miss like the feeling of reward when you do something really good. You don't hear the crowd go crazy, which can make your level go even higher than what you usually can. So it was just a lot more just like a training session almost, but it worked surprisingly well, I think, as well. So I like both, but definitely live events is the coolest.
So effectively, is it going to feel like you've got more energy for this one because you're going to be in front of a crowd compared to last year, even though you won, it's giving you a bit more oomph for this one?
Yeah, I think live will give me a lot more energy. Of course, more nerves as well, but nerves is very close to energy. So I'm really looking forward to competing again in RedBull Freestyle this year. And yeah, I hope it will be an amazing event like any other.
So tell people what they can actually expect from this year's competition. You know, who are the standout competition to you? Obviously, anyone could win it, and which makes it more difficult for you. But like, who are the people that we should be looking out for?
I think as last year, I think Machine from Colombia will be really strong. Mm-hmm. He is looking very good. Is improving as well. Of course, Brynjar, my brother as well. And
yeah. You know, I'm looking to start that trouble again. I want you to start talking.
Yeah.
Mac. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But it's always, or not always, but very often there is some surprise in RedBull Freestyle. So I'm interested to see what this year will bring. So it's difficult to say.
So let's get back into, like, you know, people that are looking to, you know, really interested in competing, you know, want to maybe do this professionally like yourself. You know, what would your tips be to them?
In the start phase, I think it's very important to focus on the fundamentals, like the most basic part of freestyle in the beginning. So if you have a really good base of control and freestyle moves, I think a lot of things will be easier for you later. So but also just have fun and find out which moves you like the most. Mm-hmm. And after being good at many different tricks, you can slowly choose your own way into finding your own moves and pushing that into a new level. Because I think having your own specialty and all around, I think that is one of the biggest keys into doing it well. And also just to bring a great output in the freestyle world. Because if you only copy other freestylers, it's not like the same interest. And you won't do it that well in competitions either. But of course, you do what you want. But that's my advice.
So so tell people what it's like, what to expect. Actually, you know, your first time competing in front of people. Like, what was it like for you? You know, when everyone's like, you know, you practiced on your own, that's great. You've done it in front of your friends, that's great. But like doing it in front of complete strangers on the stage and everything like that, what you know, tell them what to expect and what it was like for you.
Yeah, it's very important to be aware of this, that you are most likely going to feel different on the stage than on your training. So if you are aware of that, you can basically just take it as it comes and try to only do the moves you feel comfortable on the stage there and then. So if you have planned this, you have planned that, but you don't have the control for it, you shouldn't try. So you should be aware that improvisation is important, and it's the mental part of freestyle can be very challenging because you need to have a lot of energy, but you can't be too nervous. I think it was in 2015 I discovered like a mental trick for me, because in the earlier years I was a lot more nervous.
Okay.
But when I in 2015 figured out that I shouldn't care that much what other people think of me on the stage, it completely changed my mind, because then I changed it from having like a fear to do bad in order to having a wish to do well.
Yeah.
So,
no, I love it. That's great, you know, advice to people, because obviously that you have a lot of people, you know, looking up to you and wanting to do what you do, and maybe haven't got the guts at the moment. But I think, you know, you encouraging them and then tell them like your mental tricks to be able to kind of effectively ignore the crowd and actually just, you know, focus on what you're doing, you know, more so than anything else. And then as you probably get used to it, because I see that you're very good at interacting with the crowd and, you know, with the other person that you're opposing. It's like a hip hop rap battle.
Yeah, it is. And it's just to get out there and just try, and then you will learn what works for you. And for me, I definitely learned that just being aware of my surroundings and just taking positive energy from it rather than negative. It's just the way you frame your nerves and the performance situation is it's a major key.
And we have a section that we always ask everyone that we interview, be it Anthony Joshua, the heavyweight champion, be it anyone that we if down to you, another champion yourself. So I want to ask you, we're talking about music now. So what song or your anthem comes into your head, or should we be listening to on our playlist? What is your go-to song, to get you ready for this event?
I think right now it's In the Air Tonight.
Phil Collins. That is a classic. I like that. So you listen to that before you compete?
No, actually, I don't listen that much before I compete. But if there is a song now, I think I would choose that one.
I like that. That's a classic. That is very good. And then obviously when you're not competing, what show, podcast, or Netflix show, or any series would you suggest for us to be able to be watching?
I listen a lot to Sam Harris.
Okay. I need to check this out.
I think he's if there is one person I would like to adopt his meanings, I think it would be Sam Harris. Because
go on.
Yeah, he's just very sensible and talks about the really interesting subjects. And this is not so much freestyle related, but this is more just general. But I also listen to a lot of sports podcasts from Norway. So yeah, we have one which is called In the Long Run in Norwegian, which is really good as well.
Now, Norwegian fans, normally, I'm counting on you for this. Normally, Norwegian fans, there's a big Liverpool following. Now, I'm a big Liverpool fan. Now, I'm hoping you are too. And they're not Man United. So what is your team?
Actually, you're lucky. I am Liverpool.
Yeah. Another one. Yeah, honestly, it's I've been let down a couple of times recently. By some NFL fans that we've had who've been supporting Manchester United, which is unacceptable. But I'm glad that you've made sense, and now I'm going to be fully rooting for you. When you're competing.
Honestly, I'm not watching so much football at the moment because I'm more into just freestyle and other solo sports. But yeah, if there is a club, it's Liverpool.
And okay, so on this actual competition, tell people how to register and how to get involved in the RedBull Street Style.
Yeah, RedBull Street Style is it's open for everyone, everywhere in the world, every country can join, but it's you have to be over 16 years old. That's the only demand. So you can just go to redbullstreetstyle.com and there you will find all the information. So anyone can enter, and redbullstreetstyle.com is the page.
So I'm going to start some trouble here because I do like to I've been looking at loads of different street styles. You got me into it, and I discovered not only yourself, not only your brother, but also Lisa Freestyle. I think she changed her name, or she's using her proper name now. And then also there's Harriet Freestyle. I want them to challenge you, even if it's just on Instagram or something like that. On who's got the best moves, or that we can actually put on our show, or we can start some type of competition between you and them. Or who do you reckon's got it, you or them?
I have to say me.
You hear that, Lisa and Harriet? You got to step to the throne, but yeah, they're definitely. You know me. I just like to start some type of trouble. So just
and
lastly,
Lisa is a lot better than me in ground moves.
Oh,
so she's a lot better than me there. But anything else, I think I should be better.
I like this. So we're gonna. I'll definitely we'll tag her in. And I'm hoping we get a response, and then I hope you two go at it over Instagram. And we know where this started first here on Alternative Sports Show, definitely. Just lastly on the competition with Red Bull, what is these actual stages for you starting to enter in the final? How many stages is there for you to be able to get to the beloved trophy that I can see behind?
Yeah, for everybody, it's a national qualifier, or you can enter like a world qualifier. So if your country has a national competition, you have to win your national championship in order to qualify to top 64. And when it's top 64, you are competing against these people in order to qualify to top 16 in Valencia. So since I won last year, I am already qualified to top 64. So, but for everybody else, it's qualifying there as a national champion or through the world qualification, and then it's battles who will decide the rest.
I'm really excited about this. So Erlend, you're gonna, obviously we've started this trouble with Lisa and Harriet Freestyles. I want you to can you show us like some examples of what they have to compete against online, and then also what in person all of these other guys are going to be competing with you in the Red Bull Street Style competition that's coming up now. What can we show them what they've got to compete with?
Yeah, do you want to see some moves?
Yeah, man. Let's show them. I need to start this trouble.
Yeah.
My God. That is
yeah.
Congratulations, honestly. And you know what you and that's just you warming up, I reckon. That's just that's something else. Like, well, congratulations.
Yeah. I think those are some basic moves for me now.
No, don't worry. We I'm sure we'll get a response from them. And then definitely the other competitors in the championship are going to be very nervous. If you could do that as just a warm up, that's pretty much, that would be my trick. Full stop. Like, you are, very very talented guy. Great to meet you. Guys. Look at Erlend. Erlend. Can you tell people how to, find you on social media?
It's Fagerli Brothers. Yeah, that's Brilliant. It. So it's me and my brother Brynjar.
Honestly, and you guys have got a hell of a lot of followers, big fans. Definitely check out the stuff that these guys get up to. We'll be, rooting for you because we haven't met your brother yet. So, you're lucky we got you first of all. So we'll be rooting for you in this championships, and tell people how to look up the Red Bull freestyle competition.
Yeah, you can check it out on redbullsfreestyle.com. There is all the info, and anyone can join. So I hope to meet you in a battle sometime. Yeah.
yeah. If I can head the ball twice, then I'll be very, very happy with that. Erlend, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and thank you so much for your time. Yeah, we'll definitely be rooting for you, and yeah, hopefully we get to see you in person. But guys, you know, until then, we will catch you next time. Peace.